This is the Fantasy Roadshow.
Yo, 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 what's going on? Welcome in to another episode of the Fantasy Roadshow. We are your hosts. You can call me Truck. I'm joined by my two gracious guest hosts. Co-hosts. Gracious co-hosts. We got Shane O'Mac and we got Kulz. How's everybody doing? Kulz, welcome back. How was your weekend? What's going on, buddy?
It was great. I'm feeling super gracious.
You're gracious?
And yeah, it was awesome weekend. Best friend's wedding, so always a good time. More importantly, the Kansas State Wildcats take down Kansas for the how many straight?
15 straight years.
15 straight years. So yeah, Max, if you're listening to this, Kansas State taking down Kansas for the 15th straight year is more important than your wedding day. Sorry.
I love that. Shane, how you doing, buddy? Well, glad to see you.
Doing well. It was hilarious. So just like a real quick capsule of what Saturday night looked like. Jackson Mack was on a group call with 5 of his buddies who are all KU fans. He's the only K-State fans. And it was the most extreme highs and extreme lows of like a raw football fan emotion you've ever seen.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's awesome. So is that like Kansas gets a lot of love because of basketball, I'm imagining? What's the divide typically in the state?
So it's typically just, it's basketball and football. So like, basketball season, it's like 75% KU and 25 K-State. And then it's usually like 90 and 10. But, this year with KU fans was a little bit more salty because they had the same record as K-State and thinking that they would win.
So you didn't want to let Jackson Mack just go and be a Chiefs fan?
Oh, no. It's not a choice.
He doesn't get a choice. He's stuck with the Cowboys.
That's right.
That's funny. It's funny.
So did he come on last week when I was gone? Thursday? Was it Thursday night?
I believe Thursday night he came on and asked some questions. He had some lineup questions, and he gave us a
Jackson Mack pick of the week.
Well, no, he didn't get Jackson Mack question of the week. He gave us, and then he also gave us a buckle up drop at the end, which was awesome.
Okay, I'm interested to hear about it or to see that.
PK. What's up, boys? Can you see Lego? I'm a Swiftie tonight. Fuck it. Love that, PK. I love that. Yeah. Big game tonight, guys. We're doing the pregame. This is our first time doing a pregame instead of our live stream. Getting ready for one of the biggest games of the NFL season. We have a rematch for Philly and Kansas City. Where is the trucker at? PK wants to know. I am currently in between Des Moines, Iowa, and Omaha, Nebraska. Right outside of Omaha. I am in the truck on the side of the road on an exit ramp. So
we need to get a sound bite. We need to get a Peyton Omaha sound bite.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to PK. I went over to the restaurant that he bartends at and had a great time in nice old fashioned. You make a damn good old fashioned, PK.
Nice. So, Roadie's hooking up.
Shout out. But yeah, man, going over this Monday Night Football game. What do you guys think, Kulz? How do you think this game goes? I know Andy Reid is 22-3 coming off a bye week. But the Eagles fans are super, super bitter about what happened in the Super Bowl. So how do you see this playing out?
Yeah, I got the Chiefs. I think read off of a bye, Mahomes, his numbers as 3-point favorite or less are really nice too. So Mahomes field goal or less favorite, and Reed coming off the bye make me kind of like that Chief spot a lot. That being said, I understand the revenge game coming off the Super Bowl. To be honest, no Bieniemy has changed the offense a little bit, but I'm still going with Mahomes. Mahomes and Reed here. I mean, I just think like that at home prime time that outweighs. That's going to outweigh the Eagles' motivation, and I don't know. I think the Eagles are probably playing a little bit better right now, but I think that was a little bit of a wishy-washy answer. But because of Reed and Mahomes, I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah, that makes sense. The Chiefs' defense has definitely been playing better than the Eagles' defense overall. I know the Eagles have a really good rush defense, but Shane, what do you think? Who do you got in this game? How do you think it plays out?
I've got the Chiefs, but more importantly, I want to know, did you change your pick after Sunday morning?
I did, yeah. I'm currently riding with the Chiefs.
Okay.
For the entire week, I want to go Eagles just because I know that Jalen Hurts felt some type of way about that loss in the Super Bowl, and it just sits with him. I know the Eagles are going to come out looking for revenge, but it's at the Chiefs Stadium in the Red Kingdom. Reed coming off a bye. Kulz mentioned the stat about Mahomes being the 3-point favorite under a field goal, and his success rate there. And it's really hard not to pick the Chiefs. So that's why I'm for all those factors. But something tells me the Eagles are just going to come out swinging
all the trends are in this. All the trends are in the Chiefs' favor. I just home. I don't know. I like them. Tough place to play. Mahomes kind of just needs to find something that he can use to get some momentum and then just continue to snowball that. So I don't know. I like Chiefs. They're both such good teams. Anything can happen, but
yeah, I think we're in tune for a great game for this Monday Night Football.
More importantly, I need Devonta Smith to snap.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. How's your team's Shane? Do you have anything riding on this game? Do you need a big game from anybody? What are you looking for?
Before we go there, Shane O'Mac, I was staring myself in the mirror this morning about to shave my mustache, and I couldn't do it.
Oh, well, at this point, you might as well just keep it an extra 10 days through the end of November.
Yeah, that's true. November, and then it's going to be Christmas, and then after that, it's going to be game show time. So we may just be rocking a stash for a while.
Okay. All right. Well, it's looking good, Kulz. Looking good. But yeah, Shane, talk to me. What do you got going on in this matchup today?
I've got nothing in all my leagues. I am clear. I don't have nothing. I'm not going against anyone that's going to be. I've got one league that I've got some guys in our Sports Ethos League, but I've already locked up the win. So this is a stress-free night for me.
Wow.
I hate that. I like
Eagles. This is two juggernauts,
My Monday nights are better when Shane O'Mac's sweating something out.
That's awesome. Well, for you, Shane, I am sweating a lot. I have a lot of stuff going on. I am currently down 38 points. I have Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. So possibly be in a good spot there. I'm also down 5 in a league, down 5 points. I have Kelsey. He has Pacheco. I feel good there still.
Feel good, yeah.
And then I'm also Kulz and I are in this league together. We're down 21, and we have Devonta Smith. Ooh. So kind of up against it right there. I don't know if Devonta. I know he's been relatively quiet as of late, but and then I'm also up 19 points going against Hurts and Jake Elliott. That's the Sports Ethos League. Kulz and I are going against B Shade. So shout out B Shade.
So B Shade has nobody going?
No, he has Hurts and Elliott, and we're up 19.
And you're up 19. Ooh, that's tough. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
I think I just need Devonta, to be honest. I don't like to get too in the weeds with it. I'm not trying to figure out who I need, and certainly I just like to pick a player or two that I could benefit the most from. So that would be Devonta Smith, that guillotine league I was telling you guys about, where I was just looking so good. Have Burrow and Mark Andrews in that league. So there goes Ryan. He's getting frozen. But yeah, I mean, Burrow and Andrews go down. Josh Allen, luckily, kind of brought me back to life a little bit. So I am up by 13 points I don't know, 13 and change. I have Devonta Smith and he has Mahomes. So I kind of like where I'm at. But you never know. Mahomes can always go off for 30 and Devonta could have a bad night. So if I somehow get by on that survivor or in that guillotine league, I'd be shocked losing Burrow and Andrews in that game.
Yeah, definitely.
You're in a bad spot right now, Rye.
That sucks because I pulled over here specifically because I had good internet. So
you're all fuzzy faced and kind of choppy, like a robot talking.
all right, I'll be right back.
But what were you gonna say, Shane?
The good thing about Devonta, like tonight, like whenever there's been no Dallas Goedert, like his fantasy production takes a spike, right?
Yeah.
So that's the good thing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, that one league we need him to score 21. It's like a pretty high scoring league. I think like full point PPR and like 0.25 for first downs. I don't know. There's just a bunch of like bonuses that you can get. So if he breaks one big touchdown, which we've seen him do plenty of times, we can hit that still. He's already hit it twice this year. So anyways, but yeah, that's what I have going on for fantasy wise. What a tough week. You hear me say like randomly that I cannot stand fantasy. That's one of the weeks I had this week. Like being an Andrews owner, loving Joe Burrow as a human being, and then also, being Chase over Justin Jefferson to start the year. It was a pretty rough week. Gosh, that Mark Andrews injury hurt too. It was just brutal, but
yeah. In my biggest league, I was facing a team that had Mark Andrews and Cooper Kupp. And I'm just going to take this moment for a little PSA for all the fantasy managers out there. And Truck and I was on the show Thursday night. He can attest when the Andrews injury happened that he did not see this from me. But do not cheer or show joy or excitement when your opponent's player goes down and is ruled out for the game, because that fantasy karma will come back and bite you in the butt. So just don't do it. I didn't do it Thursday night. Yesterday, I did not crack a smile, nothing when Cooper Kupp went down. Just don't do it.
Yeah. I forgot who we talked to previously, but I said in the chat, it was someone in our comments. I was like, you can't even think it without the fantasy gods knowing. So it's better to just, You're still in a bad spot, right?
I'm working on it.
But anyways, yeah, so that's what my thoughts are for tonight. I don't know. Do you have anything else for the game tonight, Shane?
No, not for tonight. I mean, it looks like a passing game. I don't expect much out of the two running backs. They were both on my red light list of the week, so I'm not expecting a lot from Pacheco and Swift.
Okay, well, that's fun. You got some red light skin in the game.
Yep.
Cool. Well, what were today's reactions? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess let's just start diving into it here. Obviously Truck's trying to work out his internet, but yeah, Bengals Ravens. Did you guys cover that at all? I don't know if we need to.
Yeah, we did a little bit for it, but we didn't know at the time the severity of the Burrow injury and the Andrews injury. And so, for example, if you're a Chase owner, how concerned are you today knowing that Burrow's out for the year?
Yeah, it's concerning. I mean, you're starting him every single game regardless, but he's no longer surefire wide receiver one, Browning, I mean, it's not Joe Burrow, so it's going to be tough. Hopefully he's got, I think he's kind of a quarterback that we've seen sling it in college. So hopefully he can just feel some sort of comfort and then take shots. But, the worst thing you could always have is these young guys that kind of get intimidated and they don't ever go out there and open things up. DeVito is starting to sling the ball downfield. So you need to be able to take shots. So hopefully that's what we have in Browning. I don't know. What a tough year for the Bengals,
Yeah.
But AFC North is there. There you are. You look good.
Okay, cool. I was just gonna ask, how's it now? I'm trying different things.
AFC North is such a tough division. Like Bengals have won 2 divisions in a row now. It's like, there's so much talent there. It's tough to win 3 in a row, and a couple injury bugs bite them early in the season, and it kind of did them in. So I don't know. Ravens look good.
So have you guys talked injuries at all? I feel like I've missed a lot, even though I've only been gone for like a minute trying to reconnect.
No, we're just talking about this Bengals-Ravens game.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, let's real quick just go over some of the injury updates that came across from this weekend. We have Deontay Foreman hurt his ankle, left the game, likely to be out for a couple weeks here. Devon Achane, we saw him come back and then have 1 carry and left. Same knee sprain, tried to return that same game. However, he was held out. So maybe he could miss 1 week, Devon Achane. But, Kulz, you were talking to me earlier. He's hard to trust now, right? Just plain and simple.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much. Aaron Jones left with a knee sprain. Initial x-rays came back negative, but he got an MRI today. I haven't heard anything else about it. You guys hear anything about him?
Not really, but like I can't expect it. I wouldn't be shocked if he's playing this week.
Yeah. Kulz, shout out too, because I was looking at one of our teams. I'm like, oh, we have AJ Dillon. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially it's a short week for them. They play Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, they play Detroit Thanksgiving, first game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp went down with an ankle injury. I know that he was trying to come back in just like Achane. He was held out. He could return next week, but I doubt it. It's probably a 1 week injury.
Yep.
Darius Slayton left with an arm injury. Geno Smith left with a tricep injury. We talked about Andrews. I know you guys mentioned him. Got that left ankle fibula fracture. Burrow goes down with the wrist, season ending. And then Kenneth Walker left oblique. Did you hear what's his name? Pete Carroll talk about this injury at all?
Yeah, today I did. Yeah.
Yeah, he called it legit. It's a legit injury. So
said today probably going to go on the IR.
Really? Wow. Okay. A little tidbit. Getting ready for the fantasy hitchhikers. Zach Charbonnet will probably be heavily featured on that one. So I got a quick question here from Chandler.
Available in any leagues?
It's like 50% rostered. Yeah. Chandler Constantino, welcome back, Chandler. Chandler Constantino. Trade Tyreek Hill for Chase and ETN 18-team PPR. What do you guys think?
No.
I'd like to know what his running back situation is, Chandler. Just out of curiosity, if you're just really hurting at running back.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to find out.
Make a difference.
But I mean, off the bat, Kulz, you bring up a great point by saying no. It's Chase. Jamar Chase losing Joe Burrow. We don't know what Browning is going to be able to do.
ETN hasn't been good either.
No, and Tyreek Hill is just still doing Tyreek Hill type things. So hold on to your stud there and Tyreek. All right, and then after Walker, the only other injury that I saw really was Chris Godwin. Ankle sprain. He did come back into the game, but something to monitor this week as the week progresses. Yeah. Quite a bit of injuries. Yeah.
One other one I just saw come through said Puka Nacua hurt his shoulder. Unclear how serious the injury is. Sean McVay says will be monitored throughout the week.
Okay. Something good to find out because Cooper Kupp probably not going to play next week, but we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. Chandler's got a little insight here. Quarterback Herbert, running back Swift and Gibbs, and then he has Hill, Evans, and Metcalf.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Yeah, I don't think you need it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, keep double flexes. Yeah, keep Tyreek Hill. You'll be all right. Some other news that came through: Zach Wilson benched for Tim Boyle. He's starting Friday for the first ever Black Friday game. Excuse me. That should be fun to watch. You guys, do you know? Kulz, you are usually the guy that knows random players in the NFL from their college days. Have you ever heard of Tim Boyle?
I mean, I know who he is. I don't college wise, I would say like NC State, but I don't know that for sure.
I have no idea anything about him. I know he's like a 27-year-old
Eastern Kentucky.
Eastern Kentucky.
29 years old. So I mean, he's been in the league for a while. I know that. And he hasn't done shit, so he sucks. I mean,
okay.
I don't know what else
there we go. Yeah.
Although other than him looking like Shane, I don't know what you want me to say about him.
Shane's doppelganger, Tim Boyle, starting.
We found it.
Yeah. And then Desmond Ridder named starter for the Falcons. They're putting Desmond Ridder back in for the rest of the way. So welcome back, Desmond Ridder. That's really all I got for news and notes going on.
I want to show you guys Shane O'Mac
Boyle. You're going to screen share Tim Boyle, the Shane O'Mac lookalike?
The Shane O'Mac Boyle of the week. I can't really. I'm trying to make it bigger.
Can you zoom in? No? Hardly, but he's right there.
There could be some resemblance there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it. That's funny.
Yeah, let's get a hat on him and
yeah. He's not bald like which Kulz thought I was. So,
if I had to put money on it, I would definitely have said you were bald.
Unfortunately, Shane, I would have said the same thing. I would have said the same thing.
But we already established if I was bald, I would have like full beard because you don't go bald without the full beard.
Yeah, so. Very good point. Very good point. All right. Well, you guys talked about that Cincinnati Baltimore game a little bit. I missed a lot of that conversation, but a couple takeaways that I had from that. Gus Edwards scores another 2 touchdowns. He now has 9 touchdowns in the last 5 games. And Kulz, I'm regretting not trading you that 3rd rounder for Gus Edwards.
You still can.
Still can, yeah.
But you won't because that league doesn't make trades. So,
yeah, that's a good point. Not many trades going on in that one. Big game for Odell Beckham Jr. He did on weeks 9 and 10 back-to-back touchdowns, and this week he has over 100 yards. Does hurt his shoulder a little bit. I don't know if you guys heard anything about that, but he says he's going to try to play through it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's like an AC joint sprain or something, but you play through it.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah. Well, Jackson loses Mark Andrews. Do you think this, his production takes a hit at all? I know he still had 268 yards passing without him. Like, I think he'll be just fine without Andrews.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's a big that. I mean, it affects him, but like, I just think he'll find other targets, run more. I mean, it's not going to take a huge hit.
Yeah. I would have thought Zay Flowers would have had a better day. I know he had a big long gain taken back because of Odell Beckham a holding call. Did you guys see that at all or no?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Odell didn't want him to pass him in the stat category, so he threw in a late hold there.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it does. I think it for sure affects the offense. I mean, Andrews is a huge part of what Lamar has done in his entire career, but the Ravens are good. They'll figure it out. It's just one of those things. Like teams change when some of their best players go down. So I don't. It's not a good sign for the Ravens, but
yeah.
Someone will step up, and I'm sure their offense will keep plugging forward. Yeah,
I'd imagine. All right, well, how about the next game? We got the Pittsburgh Steelers lose to the Cleveland Browns, 13-10. Steelers fall to 6-4. Browns improve to 7-3. Pittsburgh finally loses a 1-score game, and all is right in the world. What'd you get from this game, Kulz?
It was pretty much went as expected, I would say.
Yeah, the ugly defensive game.
Yeah. I don't have much here. I don't know.
Well, for me, David Njoku got 15 targets with DTR. He had a lot of drop passes in that one, but still to see 15 targets for Njoku, that would, I would imagine DTR as a young quarterback targets his tight end as we usually see young quarterbacks do. Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt complete 50-50 split. Jerome Ford did get the goal line touchdown this week, so I thought that was notable. But yeah, DTR he kind of struggled statistically, but if in that last drive he completed 4 of 4 passes to get them into field goal range to win the game, so that was intriguing to see. But overall, kind of what we expected, just like you said. Shane, you got anything on this one?
No, it was just kind of humorous. The whole talk last week was Jaylen Warren has been listed as a starter, and I thought the whole time that was just more of a, hey, he's been great in practice. Let's list him as a starter. And Harris still out carried him. Warren looks better, but it's not like he is going to be taking over the majority of carries. It was, I think, 12-9 was the carry total in favor of Harris.
Yeah, Jaylen Warren with the highlight reel play. Was that 75-yard touchdown or something? Yeah, it's really good. All right, well, yeah, that's about that, huh?
Starter.
The starter, yes, the quote-unquote starter. Yeah,
starting running back.
Yeah. Pittsburgh next week is at Cincinnati. Cleveland is at Denver. So we'll see what happens. Another AFC North matchup. It's like 3 weeks in a row where just the AFC North is just going at it. So we'll see what happens. Can Pittsburgh lose to another backup quarterback?
Possibly, yes.
Let's hope so. All right. How about the Chicago Bears and Detroit Lions game?
Bear down.
Yeah. The Bears.
I had the Bears +8 in my super contest, and that last play, I would have lost my mind.
Oh,
yeah. That makes sense. Bears lose 26-31. For me, man, the Bears looked really good on both sides of the game for the first 3 quarters. That game should have never been close. It should not have been that close to where they had to, come back from a 12-point deficit with 4 minutes left. So I think that speaks volumes about the Bears, considering the Lions are one of the best teams in the NFL. And
what does it speak to you that they're dog shit and can't finish a game?
No, not at all. That speaks to me that through 3 quarters, through the majority of the game, we outplayed one of the best teams in the NFL. That's what that says to me.
So that's you're excited as a Bears fan?
Yeah. Going into this game, I said I want 2 things to happen. I want to lose the game, but I want to look good doing it. And that's what I wanted as a Bears fan. That's what I got. That we looked great during the game. Justin Fields back in action with over 100 yards on the ground. Only had 160 something in the air, but still the damn phone. He still looked good, man. I liked what I saw from the Bears, defensively and offensively, and to lose the game, better draft pick. So I was happy. I was a happy Bears fan.
Nice.
Shane,
yeah, that was the first time, I think that they really ran Fields like they did last year. Really
he started to look like his old self.
Yeah, really concerted run efforts. I think Herbert ended up with 16, 17 rushes, which is good amount for his first game back. Obviously helped that Foreman went down, but still, I think that was wasn't that in the third quarter when he left? Second half sometime.
Yeah. Yeah, Foreman got the early touchdown, but Herbert definitely led the team in carries. So good to see there. How about Jared Goff throwing 3 picks, but still got that big fourth quarter comeback. So, Gibbs heavily used in the passing offense, but, that 60-40 split with Montgomery and Gibbs, I was curious to see how that was going to shake out during the game. So that was interesting.
Yeah, the thing that also on the Detroit, and I haven't looked it up, but my only slight concern, and I've got him in a couple leagues, is Sam Laporta and his involvement. Like, he's kind of had this dip, and is it correlating with all of these weapons now healthy and playing? It's Gibbs, it's Montgomery, it's Jameson. It's now they've floated out last week some Donovan People-Jones and then St. Brown. So are we not going to see that production we did at the beginning of the year anymore with all those pieces healthy?
Yeah, I don't know. Kulz, what do you think?
Yeah, that's a concern.
Yeah.
It's the last 3 weeks. His targets are like, I don't know. I forget what it was, 15 or something over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be worried about him. I have him in a couple leagues, but thank God I have other tight ends like Dalton Kincaid and Trey McBride to rely on. So
I think DJ Moore, like, he just needs Justin Fields. He looked great.
Yeah, that connection is alive and well. So that was good to see.
Bears finally used Justin Fields the way he should be, but we'll see if that continues.
Yes, we will. I hope it does. All right. Well, we can move on to the next game. We have the Las Vegas Raiders losing to the Miami Dolphins 20-13. Tyreek Hill doing Tyreek Hill things, like 10 catches for 100 and something yards, right? What was it?
He can't play Fortnite anymore.
What?
He hurt his hand.
Oh, he hurt his hand. Yeah, he can't play Fortnite anymore. I get it.
Yeah, he's pissed.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, what'd you guys see here? It's Aiden O'Connell throws 3 picks. This Miami Dolphins looks legit. This defense looks legit. Jalen Ramsey's playing like vintage Jalen Ramsey. And, yeah, I mean, other than that, Josh Jacobs quiet. Devontae Adams looking like his old self a little bit, 7 for 82 and a touchdown. I don't know. Any takeaways from this game?
Let me ask you guys both of your opinions on this, because I've got this guy in multiple leagues and I've become very frustrated. And so I just want to take my emotions out of it and get a level-headed. What is there to make about Jalen Waddle for the rest of the season? Because it seems is like he's just not getting the targets, not getting no explosive down the field plays. And I'm not sure really what to do with him.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I have him in a couple leagues, and I just kind of, roll him out there every week, just hoping for the best. But yeah, it's kind of this is like this stat line, 4 for 55 has kind of been his MO all season. Did get 8 targets, which was great to see, but I don't know, man. It's just his role in this offense isn't what it was last year. That's for sure.
No.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those things where you feel like you have to start him because of the offense he's in, but he's going out there and putting up these wide receiver 30+ weeks. So,
yeah, I don't know. Kulz, do you think that changes at all, or is this just going to be how Jalen Waddle is the rest of the season?
Yeah, there's no reason that it'll change. Their offense is still one of the best in the league. He's going to have 4 to 6 receptions a game, 50 or 70 yards. And if he gets a touchdown, it's a decent day. If not, you're probably, wanting more out of him. So,
yeah. Yep. Raheem Mostert, 22 carries. Jeff Wilson was the healthy scratch. Salvin Ahmed has been used. I don't know, Jeff Wilson, for those people that dropped him, you're not looking to pick him up with Devon Achane going down, right?
Well, maybe because Ahmed got hurt in that game too.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know what his status. I haven't heard, but if for some reason he misses practices this week, I would pick up a flyer on Wilson.
I think he is hurt.
Well, while you're looking that up, let us know. But the New York Giants beat the Washington Commanders in the blunder of the week, 31-19. Giants improved to 3-8. Commanders fall to 4-7. The Italian stallion Tommy DeVito, 246 yards and 3 touchdowns. impressive day. How about Saquon Barkley? Just I think he was the RB1 on the week, wasn't he?
Had to have been, I would think, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was. 2 touchdowns in the air, 14 for 83 on the ground. Just a really impressive day. Darius Slayton, had a good day, but he went down with an injury. So, this was against the Commanders defense. They are ranked probably 31, 32 in that range. So, I'd be curious to see if Tommy DeVito can continue the success. I wouldn't bank on it, though.
No, and what a disappointing day for most of the Commanders. We thought Scary Terry would have a much better day. Robinson ended up with a good day just because of his involvement in the passing game. But, other than that, it wasn't outstanding. Didn't find the end zone. And Hal, it was a bad game for Hal.
Yeah, I did not expect that. That was very surprising for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how Ron Rivera still has his job, this Commanders team. How do you lose 31-19 against the Giants?
They've got a perfect in place, like, let's test this out. Let's give Bieniemy a test drive to see if he can be a head coach. I don't understand why you would just stick it out with Rivera for the rest of the year.
I don't know why either, unless they're just okay losing games like this. Like Rivera's days are numbered. He's not going to be the coach next year. So instead of trying to bring in a whole new coach, right now, week 11, week 12, it's like, just ride it out. You're not expecting anything from this team right now, right?
No. Yeah, I actually don't hate it. I don't hate it because, like, the enemy's first year, I don't know if that's the right move to midseason throw him in there as head coach. Like, he's still learning Howell and trying to get that offense to where he wants it. So, like, probably better if this season's gone to just let him focus on what he's got in the offense and what he can kind of grow that into with what they currently have in place. And then if you want to make a head coaching move with him, maybe do that, in the off season. But mid-season's tough, right? As he's still trying to figure out the team and his quarterback. Just like, what if it doesn't work out? What if he unlit cigs in your mouth?
PK, yeah, Michael, that stash looks like you rock unlit cigs in your mouth at all times. PK, when you said that, I know exactly what you're talking about. That is hysterical. I can just picture. I forget who that actor is. He's been in a few things. I cannot tell you what he's been in, but he's got that big burly mustache and he's got unlit cigarettes in his mouth. That is hysterical. Great visual. Sorry, I just. PK.
So yeah, like what do you do if it doesn't work out? If he loses 4 straight, you're not going to like demote him back to the offensive coordinator. I don't know. It's just, I don't know if you want to set the enemy up for just ease him. If he's going to be take his first head coaching job, maybe just set him up to succeed a little bit more. I don't know. I think he needs to just focus on Howell and that offense right now. But
yeah, thought I silenced my phone. Sorry, my bad. All right. Well, next game we have the Tennessee Titans losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars 34-14. Trevor Lawrence comes back into form. Accounts for 4 touchdowns, 2 in the air to Calvin Ridley. Big game from Calvin Ridley. I didn't think that was going to happen. 7 for 103 and 2.
It's funny. I don't know who I've seen this. You can point at Ridley's big games is when Zay Jones is playing. Like his big games at the beginning of the year was when Zay Jones was in. Yep. When he missed out is when he went to his big slump of games. So I don't know how you logic it out. If it's just extra down the field attention away from him, or what. But yeah, there's a correlation there for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. I not much, surprised me about this game. Will Levis 2 touchdowns in the air. Derrick Henry struggled. DeAndre Hopkins was able to catch a touchdown, but still ultimately kind of struggled. 4 for 59. ETN, we talked about him still struggling. Yet the Jaguars get a big win at home. So there's really not much there to look over,
No, we talked about it Sunday morning. I don't remember who asked the question about starting Henry. And we said, it's very predictable when you should start Henry. If the game is going to be close or they've got a chance of leading, you start Henry. If they are playing a good opponent where they're going to get down, you can't start him at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I can't imagine they're going to be up on many opponents the rest of the year. They're not good.
Yeah.
0-6 away.
Yep.
I guess they're 3-1 at home, but
3-1 at home.
it's decent.
Yeah, not bad. All right. How about the Arizona Cardinals?
Well, they have the Panthers at home this week, so maybe that's one of them.
Yep.
Start Henry this week. That's teaser. Shane O'Mac's green light running back of the week.
There you go.
That's awesome.
And Kulz back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Arizona.
And next 4 to 5 weeks, then you go at Dolphins, then versus Texans, versus Seahawks.
Ooh.
Okay. Is Derrick Henry by now? You heard it here from Shane O'Mac.
The Kulz Sports Shane O'Mac impersonation. I like it. All right. So like I was saying, Arizona Cardinals losing to the Houston Texans, 21-16. Cardinals fall to 2-9. Texans improved to 6-4. This was a close one. A lot closer than I thought it was going to be. CJ Stroud throws 3 interceptions. He's only had 2 on the season, has 3 now in one game, but still gets the job done. 336 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns. What did you guys see out of this game?
So yeah, I wasn't that bothered by the interceptions. I think my biggest takeaway is Tank Dell. Are we looking at like a top 10 receiver the rest of the season?
I mean, the way that CJ Stroud's throwing the ball and the way that Tank Dell's catching it, I think so. I mean, even against tough matchups, they still get it done.
Yeah, I mean, his production, I don't know what the numbers are, but I would bet it's top 3 or 4 over the last 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, I'd have to look at it, but yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
How about Devin Singletary?
I think the Texans are about to struggle.
Well, who do they got coming up?
Jags, Broncos, Jets, Titans, but then you got the Browns. So you got Jets and Browns, Broncos. I mean, that's, Surtain, Sauce, Browns 3 out of 4 weeks in a row. It could be a tough December for the rookie Stroud.
Yeah,
we'll see if he can overcome those tough matchups. Other than that, Greg Dortch. You guys remember when Greg Dortch was relevant last year?
Yeah, for like the one game or so. Yep.
Yeah. 8 targets, 6.
He was your best friend last year.
Oh, me? Greg Dortch?
Yep. Yeah, he's your Jacoby Myers of this year. Yeah, he was.
Jacoby Myers of last year. 8 targets, 6 for 76. Leading receiver for the Cardinals. Trey McBride, kind of quiet, 5 for 43.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey, tell your dad we're sorry about that recommendation of putting McBride in for Kittle.
Yeah, that was rough. I was watching that Kittle performance. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Greg Dortch, yeah, he was your best friend last year.
Okay. Well, news to
where
me.
Did he go to college?
Don't know.
Wake Forest.
Oh.
Wake Forest. Okay. All right.
Yes, Mr. Dortch.
Good to know.
Yes. Do you watch a lot of Wake Forest football?
No. No, I do not. Yeah. I mean, what else is there to say about this game? You guys got anything else?
No.
No.
Cardinals, they're going to be fun to watch. Kyler looks good, I think, but he's just same Kyler. Looks good for a few drives and then kind of just 3 and out, what is Kyler doing? What is Kyler doing? Holy shit, there's an amazing play. Keep games close, lose. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Get
sense.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah. All right, next game we got the Dallas Cowboys beating the pants off of the Panthers, 33-10. Cowboys improved to 7-3. Panthers fall to 1-9. Shane, what did you get from this game?
The main thing I was watching to see if Rico Dowdle would start eating into some of Pollard's touches. It didn't really happen until the second half, so I'm going to walk back that take a little bit. I thought maybe we would start seeing him maybe get 10 carries, but he ended up with 8 for the day, and a lot of it was in the second half. So,
yeah,
it is what it is. But, Dak, Kulz is the Dak whisperer ever since that trade. That guy's just been spot on fantasy-wise. So,
yeah, that's very true.
Dak
CD
is
Lamb
my
had
buddy.
the touchdown.
Although, speaking of Dak, doesn't he historically have a pretty bad Thanksgiving Day?
He's had some struggles. I was trying to remember who they played last week or last year, but it doesn't matter. They faced the Commanders on Thursday, so I don't care if he hadn't thrown a touchdown in his last 3 years on Thanksgiving. He's going to be top 4 ranked quarterback this week.
I mean, if Dak Prescott throws for 8 touchdowns on Thanksgiving, we should think about having Jack Somack have his first beer. I'm just kidding.
Give him a beer bong.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to support that. It's just a joke.
Just a joke. Relax. Tony Pollard, another game where I thought he was going to have a better day. 61 yards on the ground with a touchdown, only 12 carries. Rico Dowdle is, cutting into that a little bit. He had 8 carries in the game. So, yeah, I mean, not much to talk about in this game.
No.
Adam Thielen still double-digit targets like he's been doing, 8 for 74. And not much else after that,
They're so bad. They're just a dead team.
Yep.
I don't think you can really start anyone on their team. And next 3 games on the road, Titans, Bucks, Saints. It's not like any of those teams are even really that good, and they're just going to lay eggs the entire time.
Yeah. All right. How about the Los Angeles Chargers losing to the Green Bay Packers 23-20? Chargers fall to 4-6. Packers improved to 4-6. What'd you say?
They're just such a pathetic team.
Oh, the Chargers, yes. Yeah, the Chargers do what the Chargers do. Lose by a 1-score game. How does Brandon Staley still have a job? You guys saw that press conference?
Yeah, it's brutal. When you can't even get your side of the ball right after 4 years, I mean, it's time to go.
Yeah. And just completely rude, too, to the people asking questions.
It's because he knows he's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, your days are numbered.
Nothing to ever, no one's going to hire him for another job. So,
I mean, he had 1 year as a defensive coordinator with one of the best personnel at that time with the Rams, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. I mean, just a loaded defense.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. He has no business being a head coach, clearly. But still,
I can see the Bears signing him next year.
Oh, you got jokes today. You're funny.
I could see the Bears signing him.
There's no chance that would ever happen in any way, shape, or form. Staley would not become a Bears coach. So
I think he might. I think you're going to be surprised.
I'm pretty positive I won't be, but Herbert still had a decent game, 260 and 2 touchdowns. He had 8 for 73 on the ground, which is pretty shocking. I feel like that was very noteworthy. Keenan Allen, 16 targets, massive, 10 for 116 and a touchdown. Austin Eckler, when he was running the ball, it just did not look like Austin Eckler. He doesn't look like he did prior to the injury. I don't know. I'd be worried if I had Austin Eckler on a team. I don't, but I would be.
Maybe the Bears sign an offensive coordinator from the Canadian Football League again.
Oh yeah. Tressman? Who is it?
Mark Tressman.
Yeah, Tressman.
Mark Tressman. Yeah, that was fun.
Let's talk about Stone Smart.
Yeah, Stone Smart. Who is Stone Smart, Kulz?
No idea. But he almost had 2 touchdowns.
Touchdown. Huh?
Yeah, and he almost had 2.
Yeah.
They are just so desperate for
Stone
somebody to step
Smart.
up as a second receiving option because, like, Quentin Johnson just every week does his best. He does his best. He does his best Clifford Franklin impression every week. I mean,
Franklin.
It's awful. You got to like slap all that sticky stuff on his hand.
I love that Clifford Franklin.
So bad.
We might need to get a Clifford Franklin QJ graphic at some point. Stone Smart is a 25-year-old from Old Dominion.
Okay.
51-yard touchdown. Hey, he gets to take that. You know, he's going to have a ball, and he's going to have a jersey, and that's what Stone Smart has for his career.
There you go. How about on the other side of the ball, Jordan Love, looking like a legit quarterback, 322 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Jaden Reed does his best Deebo Samuel impression. 3 carries on the ground, 46 yards and a touchdown, broke a 32-yarder. I don't know. What do you guys take away from this Packers big Packers win at home against the Chargers?
So A was the Chargers pass defense, which is horrible.
Very true.
B, let me know if you both disagree with me. Rest of season, Packers wide receiver rankings go Reed, Dobbs, and then Watson.
Reed, Dobbs,
Romeo.
Wicks.
Oh,
Kulz, you literally took that out of my mouth. I
like
was
Wicks.
going to say that.
I
Yeah,
do.
Wicks looks good out there, man.
Like, I've always kind of liked him, and I hope they continue to give him a little bit more opportunity because he does look pretty good out there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd like to see him get more opportunity.
I would as well. Packers taking on Detroit Thanksgiving Day, and the Chargers are at home against the Baltimore Ravens. So there's that.
What about the Ravens?
Am I
play
cutting
the
out?
Lions? Yeah,
No,
they play the Lions. Oh, yeah. The Packers play Lions on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Lions as my survivor pick for the week.
Yeah, good call.
I had Bills last week and this past week, and then I'm gonna do Lions. Packers, just knock it out. 11:30 on Thursday. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's a good call. All right, let's see. We got a couple games left to talk about here. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing to the San Francisco 49ers 14-27. Brock Purdy has a perfect passer rating in this game. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's so good.
Yeah, I can hear the sarcasm in your voice, Kulz.
Yeah, he's just he's so good at football. I love watching him play.
He's just slicing and dicing out there.
Yeah, he's perfect. I mean, he's the perfect quarterback.
Well, he did play a perfect game on Sunday. It was 333 yards, 3 touchdowns. Looked really good out there. Brandon Ayuk, massive game for Brandon Ayuk. That really helped a lot of I know Kulz, we have a league together that was massive, big play from Ayuk. Christian McCaffrey, typical day from him, 21 on the ground, 5 for 25 and a touchdown in the air. I don't know. What do you guys get from this game? Anything?
I think I need I think Shanahan and John Lynch, I think they need me to get into the front office for the Niners. So when that negotiation happens with Purdy for him trying to get paid, I can just be like, listen, Brock, you fucking suck. Yeah. Like, we have Trent Williams, we have George Kittle, we have Debo, we have
Here's a
Ayuk.
question.
You're not getting paid.
Here's a question for you guys. I know we talk about a lot of quarterbacks. Anybody can succeed in a Kyle Shanahan offense, right?
Not anybody, but yes.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. How do you think Zach Wilson would have been if he was on the 49ers?
Bad.
Not as good.
He can't make decisions. That's his issue.
He doesn't process and
like Brock makes. Let's start over. Mitchell Trubisky in a Shanahan offense, I think, would be not bad.
Better than Purdy?
No, his arms. Mitch still doesn't have very good arm strength, but he does make good decisions. Like,
yeah.
I always thought that he was making the right decisions. He's just not athletically gifted enough to do anything. But Purdy makes the right decisions. Like, that's what that's why he has perfect games, is because with the amount of time, and that's why he struggled when Trent Williams went away, is because that time window collapsed, and then he had to make physical good plays that just he's tapped out at. He can't.
No, you're absolutely correct.
But Wilson's if he had Wilson's athletic ability with Brock Purdy's decision making, he would be outstanding.
Yeah, that's a good point. Makes a lot of sense.
That's why Wilson's not good, is because the split seconds that in the NFL that separate you from being a CJ Stroud or a Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Just a thought. I'm like, because when Zach Wilson got benched, I'm like, dude, where could he have gone anywhere to succeed? Like, anywhere at all. So I figured the best possible situation to be in for a quarterback.
BYU, USC, maybe.
I'm talking professional NFL.
Be good at USC with Lincoln Riley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be good there.
Canadian football.
Yeah. With your boy, Trustman. Yeah.
Oh,
and
Elliott.
then they could probably bring him over. Oh, Elliott.
Great question. Pickett. What about Kenny Pickett in the 49ers offense? What do you guys think?
He's inaccurate.
Kulz is a Pickett truther, so
he's inaccurate. No, I'm not. He's been horrible this year. I think he is an inaccurate quarterback. He can't make easy throws.
Yeah, but he doesn't throw any picks. This guy's been really good not throwing picks. So it's about the only thing he's got.
Yeah, he's not.
About the only thing.
I that's interesting, Elliot. I'm sure we could come up with I would actually love playing this game. We could sit here and come up with good quarterbacks for that system. But I mean, think about what Joe Burrow would do.
Oh my God.
Joe Burrow would be
that's a fun concept to think about.
Joe Burrow would be the best Shanahan quarterback. Let's see. I don't know. Anyways,
that was a fun game.
Howell.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see Howell doing good in the 49ers offense.
Baker.
I don't.
Does Baker make good decisions?
Well, no.
He's just kind of. Yeah, he's just that's the thing that with Shanahan is good decisions the entire game. Right when you make the bad decision and make that one turnover, it kind of. Yeah. Anyways, we don't need to keep doing this game. It's not as fun. Stafford would be an incredible Shanahan.
This game's not as fun, but here's another one.
I got the perfect one. Kirko that's a perfect one.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins.
Andy Luck. Andy Luck would have been an awesome Shanahan quarterback.
That's
Kulz, Kirk Cousins.
Kulz, Kirk Cousins, and Drew Brees.
Yeah, Drew Brees would have been nice in this current 49ers
Manning.
All right, a couple games left here. We got the New York Jets, complete blunder against the Buffalo Bills, 32-6. Jets fall to 4-6, losing grip on playoff hopes and the chance for Aaron Rodgers to come back, which doesn't seem likely anymore. And the Bills look better with Joe Brady. Do you guys see anything in this offense that gave you some, some what's the word I'm looking for? Some hope for the next couple weeks. I know that the Bills have a really tough schedule coming up.
Yeah, well, I liked the way that he used James Cook, and I also liked the way that he used the middle of the field, which wasn't being used under Dorsey. So,
Yeah. James Cook, 17 carries and 4 targets. Great to see.
he was just
see the end
creatively
zone.
getting him the ball. Yeah. So,
Yeah. And I saw something. James Cook played 35 snaps and touched the ball, 21, 22 times, or had 22 opportunities. So that's good to see.
Mm-hmm.
Khalil Shakir, 3 for 115 and a touchdown. He had the long 81 yarder. Yeah,
it's good to see him going. It'll be interesting. I'm really hoping that Fournette takes it easy on the Thanksgiving table so he can maybe play on this weekend.
Do you think? Well, that's a good thing to bring up. Do you think he's still worth a roster spot?
Boy, I added him like in a league, and
I did too.
Boy, I don't.
Holiday season, a lot of food, a lot of opportunities to eat.
I mean, and Ty Johnson looked good, right?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, Stephon Diggs, quiet day, 4 for 27. What's are we? You have any concerns with Diggs?
No.
I just don't like him as a person.
You just got to roll him out there, and it is what it is.
Who's a better person, OBJ or Stephon Diggs?
Like as a human being?
Yeah.
Odell probably bitches more, which is crazy.
Really? That is crazy because I feel like
Odell
Diggs
sucks
a lot.
Diggs is just super he's just like if things are going good, it's not like he's like obnoxious. Odell's just obnoxious either way, but when things are Diggs is just a crybaby. Mm-hmm. Odell is like just the worst. Needs the attention. He's an attention whore.
What do we do, Kulz? I'm talking to you specifically because we have Garrett Wilson on the team. We're just trusting that Tim Boyle is going to be able to get him the ball.
Oh, Boyle rules.
Boyle rules.
Oh, Boyle rules. I love that. Yep. I mean, I don't know. I can't get much worse than Zach Wilson, right?
Oh, Boyle rules.
I would hope not. I mean, they got the Dolphins and Falcons the next 2 weeks, so the Dolphins could be tough with Ramsey's on him, but
yeah. And the only good thing that I saw in this game was Breece Hall catching a lot of balls, 5 for 50 and a touchdown. This is the first time they scored on a drive in 40 drives or something like that. Just atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. All right. How about the Seattle Seahawks losing to the Los Angeles Rams? One of the games that I got right in the Pick'em League this week, and Shane got wrong.
Did because the Seahawks screwed it up at the end.
Yeah, missed field goal by Jason Myers. It's like a 50-something yarder, right? He usually makes those.
Well, he should have never had to kick from that far. They just came and they could have ran another play and then clocked it to get him a little closer.
Yeah. Geno Smith goes down with the injury. In comes Drew Lock. It looks like it's going to be. Don't they play on Thursday or is that Friday?
Thursday night.
Thursday night. Yeah, they play Thursday night. The 49ers, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's rough. They have the 49ers, then the Cowboys, and the 49ers. So those are their next 3 games.
Brutal stretch for Charbonnet. Even
Charbonnet and Drew Lock. That's going to be tough. And then Royce Freeman, 17 carries and 73 yards.
Yep.
Did Henderson get hurt? Did I miss something there?
So I watched that game a lot because I had to start Henderson with Bijan on a bye. And I was thinking it was going to be similar to their bye week where it was more 50-50 split.
Yeah.
And Freeman, and they were rotating series, but Freeman was just running the ball better. Got lucky that, Henderson got to be down there near the goal line for a score. But yeah, Freeman did look better. I would, Kyron Williams could come off the IR this week. But it's not guaranteed that he will. So
Yeah, something to monitor. And then Puka Nacua dealing with that injury that Shane talked about earlier. Cooper Kupp going down with the injury. Like you just, if you own Puka, you really want this game where Cooper Kupp is out to kind of get a glimpse of what it was like early on in the season with that production. So, yeah, Seahawks taking on San Francisco, and the Rams are going to be at Arizona next week. At Arizona.
yeah, and keep your eye on Tutu Atwell, because when Cup was out, like those first 5 games, he was getting like 9-10 targets a game.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be someone we bring up on our waiver episode that comes out tomorrow. We will definitely be talking about Tutu, because just in the case that Puka and Cooper Kupp are out, Tutu is going to be heavily involved, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, how about the Sunday Night Football game? The Minnesota Vikings losing in incredible fashion to the Denver Broncos. You guys were right.
Yes.
I was wrong.
It's my squad.
Yeah, Broncos win 21-20. Yeah, it's your squad, man. The Broncos
4 in a row. Now we
4
got
in a
the
row.
Browns at home with DTR. That should be a pretty good game. Give me Russ cooking again. Then we
What are
go
their
to
other
the
games?
Texans. Give me Russ cooking again. That'll be 6 straight for the boys and a 7-5 record. Playoffs.
That defense, though, man, that defense has been good the last 4 weeks.
Looks really good. They fucking suspended Kareem Jackson for 4 games, which is
What happened?
really?
I saw that come through. What happened there?
he hit Dobbs and they suspended him for 4 games, which is kind of crazy, but I'm sure there's got to be an appeal there.
Yeah, I would imagine.
It's a lot of games.
As far as the Viking side of the ball, the only real thing that I saw was Ty Chandler looked like the better running back out there, although he did get out carried 18-10. Chandler, he looked good, man. 7 or 10 for 73, 4 for 37 in the air. Like, he's a legit option for the waiver wire this week. I'm sure we'll be talking about him in more detail later, but that's really the only thing I saw from this Vikings offense, really.
Yeah. How many of those total yards was on that fake punt return or fake
31
punt rush?
31. Yeah, 31.
Yeah, it's
incredible
bullshit.
snap, by the way. That was that snap. Just I love when the long snap just goes right out to the side to the personal protector. But
it's total bullshit that Taylor Swift's not going to be there tonight. I don't know if I'm going to still watch the game, but
Taylor Swift is a no-show. It's official.
Yeah, dude.
But the parents are going to be there.
Are they still going?
I mean, I would imagine they're not just. I don't think they're not going to go because of Taylor.
So who's going to introduce them? Jackson?
No, it'll be what's her face? Brittany.
Oh yeah, her friend Brittany.
Brittany and Jackson.
Yeah.
All right, but getting back to the game, Javonte Williams, quiet day, 11 for 37. Cortland Sutton with another big touchdown. This guy this is what he does. 4 for 16 and tutty. Just expect it to continue. Sutton is the go-to guy. How about Samaje Perine? 7 receptions for 60 yards on 7 targets. That was interesting. Don't you like to see that, Kulz? Your boy Perine?
Yeah, he's good.
Oklahoma Sooners.
He's a Sooner.
He's a Sooner.
Oklahoma Sooner.
He actually at one point had still has the single game rushing yard total. Like he had like 500 something in one game.
Really?
Let's see if he still has it.
500 something.
Perine.
That's insane.
Single game record. 424. He currently holds the FBS rusher most rushing yards in a game record.
Wow, I would not have guessed that.
Against Kansas.
Ooh, shocking.
Shocking.
Yep.
I saw the Barry Sanders documentary comes out tomorrow. They're doing a Bye Bye Barry documentary, and I saw something floating around the internet today. Was his stats in college, his last year in college. It's like every game was like 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. It was insane. He ended the season with almost 3,000 yards and like 45 touchdowns. It's just incredible. It's like 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. It was nuts. So
I'm going to the Texas against Tech game, Shannon Mac. Friday.
Are you really? They locked down the chance to go to the title game with the win.
Yep. Kansas State, LSU potential bowl game.
Oh, I would hope so, since that's an easy win for K-State after the last time they met in a bowl game.
Yeah, because LSU players actually go to the NFL, so they sit that game.
yeah,
I don't remember much about who played in that game or who didn't.
The details are a little bit fuzzy, but I just know
it's looking like Jaden Daniels. He took the lead for he's the favorite in the Heisman race.
Yeah, I would agree. After what Caleb's gone down and Drake's gone down and Harrison hasn't done much. Yeah.
Turns out 350 passing yards and 375 passing yards and 230 rushing yards in one game is good against an SEC defense.
Yeah. I would imagine wasn't his odds were pretty good, pretty favorable a couple weeks ago, right?
No, he was like plus 800 or something a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. What's he at now?
It was all bum nicks. Now he's minus like 150, I think.
Oh, okay.
So has he played himself into being top 10, top 12 pick?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking to Kulz about this today. I asked him if he's, because early on in the season, I asked him about Jaden Daniels, and he's like, I don't know. He might not be a good draft pick this year, but after what he's been able to do and against good defenses, yeah, he should be a first rounder for sure.
He just can't take hits in the NFL like he does in college. Takes way too many hits in college.
What's he weighing in at? I know you said he's a big guy. He's like 6'3", right?
Yeah, he's probably like 200. I mean, he's not. Let's see.
6'3", 200 is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I am.
North of 200.
It's literally what I am. He'll just get split in half if a 250. It's not.
Yeah.
He needs to be 230 muscle.
All right, Jaden, visit rule1proteins.com. Enter the promo code Roadies, Jaden. We'll get you 40% off your order today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Rule 1 Proteins, Jaden Daniels. I don't know if we'll be able to get you a sponsorship. We only sponsor really high prospect tennis, 13-year-old blonde hair prospects out of Missouri, Kansas area. So we'll see.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that about does it for our Monday Night Football pregame. The game's about to start, right? Kickoff is about to. Is it already kicked off or no?
Yeah, it's intro is up right now. I am ready to kick back. I'm tired. I want to watch this game veg out and buckle.
Yeah, I got to hit the road again. Unfortunately, I'm still about 50 minutes away from my destination. So fun stuff. Back on the road again. But thank you to everybody that's watching, listening. We appreciate you guys very much. Please like the video if you can. It helps us out. Tune in as we progress this week. We got our waiver wire, our fantasy hitchhikers coming up soon, and then we have our weekly best segment, our red light, green light. Don't miss out. Other than that, I know what I'll be doing once I get back in the cockpit here. I will be buckling the fuck up.